Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of P Valley. This is season 2, episode 3, and it was titled The Dirty Dozen. All right, y'all. I know y'all probably like, well, what happened to episode 2? Girl, I just watched it today. So it really wasn't a lot to episode 2. It was a lot of auditions and stuff like that. That shit had me cracking up and laughing so freaking hard. I wouldn't even have been able to write no notes, but it was cute. Why would I suggest you watch it? But we're gonna move forward and do episode 3 today. And like I said, it's The Dirty Dozen. Before I jump into that recap review, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. All right, y'all, let's get into this P Valley. Down in the valley where the girls get naked. If you throw them bands, then you know she gonna shake it. What? 1, 2, check them. 3, 4, break a real nigga. I'm sorry. These niggas grind hard, but these bitches grind harder. That's my shit right there. Can I download that somewhere, or is it on Spotify somewhere, y'all? Because I be, especially when that beat drop, like, child, I just want to hear the intro over and over again. But anyway, that's not what y'all here for. Y'all ain't here just to be you shake it. But let's get to it. So it starts in a cloud room. You know that room where they got all the clouds in the sky, they got all the red and stuff like that. It looked like pride colors, you know, rainbow and everything like that. It was real cute. But we got, and I finally knew her name at the end. I kept in my notes, I got red and black. But her name is Roulette. Now, the one with the colorful eyes, I don't know her name. Y'all tell me, because I kept missing it, and I ain't feel like rewinding it just to find out that girl name, because it's not that important. But anyway, Roulette, the new girl with the red and black hair, she was dancing in the cloud room with this dude. So she getting butt naked, you know, she got her pussy out, she got her titties out, all that other stuff, she all butt naked, and she got a mask on. So he like, take your mask off or whatever. She was like, I'm butterball naked out here, and you still asking for more? And he was like, yeah, how much it's gonna cost for you to, you know, take your mask off or whatever. She was like, I mean, how much you got? So then he pulled out a wad of money. So he put it down. So she took her mask off. He was like, I knew it. You got them dick sucking lips. How much for a little sloppy toppy? So she was like, that's Uncle Clifford rule something. No, rule number 4. You a hoe, you out the dough or whatever. He was like, I guess we better be checking for the dough or whatever. So he was like, but you know how much? She was like, well, I'm willing to break a rule for a brick. So he pulled out a stack of money or whatever. She was like, she looked up at the camera. She looked at dude whipped this dang-a-lang out, and she went to work. Okay, she went to work. I said, well, goddamn, girl. Okay, we just breaking all the rules up in Uncle Clifford's store. I mean, I said store. All up in Uncle Clifford strip club. You better hope he don't watch them tapes back, because Big L ain't been doing his job. Child, we gonna talk about Big L. Big L in episode 2 had me cracking up when he was walking down that line looking at them girls. He had me cracking up. Gonna tell that one girl, you need to get over there to the line for the cleanup. She was like, he was talking to Roulette, talking about, she was like, I know you ain't, you lost your motherfucking mind. And then she ended up getting up on the stage. I was cracking up. But anyway, back to this episode. Roulette and the girl with the light eyes or whatever. What is her name, y'all? Put it down in the comments. Their bags was full, okay, because they did that thing up on the stage and stuff like that or whatever, and homegirl Roulette did her thing back there in the private room or whatever. So here come Mercedes, because in the other episode, well, before last season, remember she had her shoulder, but she ain't want nobody to know she hurt her shoulder, so she shouldn't have been dancing, period, but she was dancing with the bum shoulder. So in episode 2, she ended up dancing with Roulette and the light girl, and they was doing their damn thing, but of course Mercedes can't let nobody upstage her or whatever, so she got up on her pole doing her thing, and then with her bad shoulder it gave out and then she fell. So she on light duty or whatever, so she shouldn't really be on the pole. I guess she doing like lap dances and stuff like that, but you don't really make no money off of that, like $20 $40 here, unless they tipping and stuff like that. I mean, if she dancing in a room, then okay, and they throwing the bands and stuff, but she really make her money up on the stage. But at any rate, she goes to the bag, her bag like this, their bag like that. So Roulette was like, Mercedes, your bag not half empty, it's half full. I'm an optimistic bitch. I was cracking up. She was like, mind the business that pays you or some shit. Then she walked off. I was like, Mercedes mad. But anyway, we see Mercedes, she goes to her gym. And then as she goes to her gym, I guess like her neighbor, like that whole strip, I don't remember, because I don't remember if they showed the neighbors, because remember she had to buy the gym in a different spot. So I don't know if her neighbors was flourishing before she moved there, and now since COVID and all that other stuff, they all had to shut down. But one of the neighbors, it was a restaurant, they was packing up and moving out. So the lady was just looking at her real sad, like, and then Mercedes went to her gym, and it's not like 100% done or whatever. She got like mirrors and stuff up, but it's like wires hanging and all this other stuff. And so she go to her gym and she starts talking to Coach. Remember Coach from last season when she was doing like that? It wasn't even a private dance. She was just dancing on the pole, but to him, it was like he was in a room by herself, or you know what I mean? So that's who she called up. And so she was looking for a sponsorship, because remember he said he was going to sponsor her. She came to Georgia, yada yada yada. So it's raining and storming in the background, so y'all might hear that. But anyway, she called him up and was like, basically, I'm looking for a sponsorship. Is that deal still on the table or whatever? And he was like, yeah, it's still on the table. And she was like, well, what about your wifey? And he was like, well, what about her? She was like, no, I need to talk to her and get her permission and stuff like that. He was like, all right, bet, we can set up a meeting and stuff. So she was like, all right, bet, okay. Because here she go, no, a wife don't ride with a knife for no reason. I was cracking up. So she gonna get her a little sugar daddy, and I ain't mad at her, child, because times is all, gas high, bills high, everything high, except for that paycheck, child. Get you a sugar daddy. Let me see if I can get me one. Anyway, so Mercedes' daughter is at Pastor Woodbine's food little that video. One second, y'all, because that commercial from episode 2, where the blessings reside, I was cracking up. But anyway, she down there to get some food or whatever. So she come up, she pull up, she say, like she need 2 boxes or whatever, and the rule is 1 box per car. And she was like, well, I'm trying to get one for my neighbor, and they say feed thy neighbor and stuff. So the lady like, oh my God, I love a good scripture. Pastor Woodbine, come on over here. She's like, you ain't got to call her, So she come over there, she like, girl, what you doing here? And so she was like, well, I'm just getting a box for my neighbor. You getting a box for your neighbor? She was like, Grandma, I'm just getting a box for. She's like, you really look like Mercedes when you lie. But she still let the lady put 4 boxes in her car. So I'm like, At first, I was thinking she was trying to run away or something, because she was in the car. And then I'm like, well, maybe she get extra food because she trying to run away and be on her own or something like that. Because she really want to live with Mercedes. She don't want to live with her mama that she living with, the one who raised her and took care of her and stuff. So I was like, is she trying to run away? But later we find out why she needed all that food. But anyway, we with Lil Murder Security, Wody, Keyshawn or Mississippi, whatever the hell you want to call her, and then Mississippi manager, Blue Wop or whatever. So they all at this convenience store buying, some snacks and stuff like that. Why the white girl all scared? I mean, no, I don't even know. Because everybody wearing masks now, bitch. Like, ain't no reason for you to be scared because they black or whatever. And they got these bandanas on that's mask. They ain't in there to rob you. Everybody in the world was wearing masks at that time. Like, if you don't calm your white ass down. But anyway, she about to push the police button. And so she kept getting interrupted because Keyshawn came out the bathroom, was like, oh my God, why won't he drive so slow? I'm about to piss on myself. And then the manager, he banging on the window, come on, so we can hurry up, take these pictures and shit. So she got scared and then pushed the police button or whatever. But I was like, girl, you was really about to get them locked up. You ain't never seen no black people in this convenience store. And they in New Orleans. Bitch, bye. Anyway, they get out there. They start taking pictures and stuff like that. We see Uncle Clifford. Was they outside at this point? Yeah, they was outside. Him, Autumn, and Redbone. Was it Redbone? No, Big Bone. They call it Big Bone. Big Bone out there at their little makeshift bar type drink or whatever. You know, where they was having the meetings and stuff in episode 1. So they all out there chilling and stuff like that. Uncle Clifford see the Dirty Dozen tour and stuff, and he like, they over here, but she looking like she having real fun with that little murder boy. Like, I was cracking up because she was cracking me up. She was really cracking me up last episode. Her damn grandma. But anyway, Autumn was like, well, won't you tell them to come on through here? Whatever. No, we don't need none of that up in here. There ain't no space at the pink for that crooked letter by. I was cracking up. But anyway, Autumn, like, folks getting them checks because they was getting them stimmies and stuff like that. She was like, they need to roll through. And so Uncle Clifford was like, well, bitch, you already about to burn down the damn club. And then Mercedes up there, we ain't got no headliner, we ain't got this, and this all your fault. I mean, it's 85% your fault. And so they negotiating on how much fault it is, and then it came down to 69%. And Uncle Clifford was like, 69 is a good number. That means you can suck and take it at the same, suck and fuck at the same time, or some shit like that. I was cracking up. But anyway, they decided to have Roulette and the Light Eyes girl do headliner until Mercedes can get herself together or whatever. And so they was like, well, Autumn was like, well, we need a DJ. And so, not Redbone. Why keep calling this shot Redbone? Big Bone. She was like, she was playing some song or whatever. So Uncle Clifford was like, oh yeah, what you know about that? And so she was like, oh, this is a remix from the TikTok, not the Tickety Talk girl. Oh Lord. But anyway, so she was like, I could be the DJ. Clifford was like, an aux cord and a phone do not make you a DJ. Autumn was like, but you was just jamming to her music. Oh, okay. I mean, but you better bring your best playlist, bitch, or whatever. I was dying. But anyway, outside they having like this. What was it? It was the Black Pastor's chicken dinner. What? Who comes up with these names? But it was like all the black pastors in Chucalissa, or I guess, I don't know if it was Mississippi, because Chucalissa ain't that big to have. Well, then again, down there in the Bible Belt, they ain't going to church on every corner, but who knows, child. They was having a meeting, and of course, Pastor Woodbine, she the only female and stuff like that. I don't remember that other pastor name, the one she was working for, the shady pastor or whatever, but he do not like her, and he just kept giving her the stank eye every time she talked. But the fill-in mayor, the interim mayor, he went up there and was talking and stuff like that, trying to get everybody on board for this damn casino. And she kept interrupting and was like, oh, that's going to be your slogan. What was it? Oh, I wrote it down, y'all. One second, y'all. 1 second. Gots to get it on for Chucalissa. That's gonna be your slogan. But he was just like, I mean, well, what you want me to say or whatever like that. And so he was saying like he was the only person on the ballot and stuff like that. And she was like, the only reason why you on the ballot is because the mayor is dead. But I digress. She was getting on my nerves, but it was funny. So then he keeps telling the press yes on, for the casino and stuff. And of course, all the other pastors is agreeing and stuff like that. And then a shady pastor said his congregation gonna vote yes. And then Pastor Woodbine, of course, she gets up and she was like, now y'all niggas need to be pressing yes or whatever like that, because you think they gonna give y'all jobs? No, they gonna say y'all don't know how to add. They ain't gonna say you don't know how to do no math. Your math ain't math, and you stupid, you dumb. So I know my congregation, we're not gonna press yes at the podium or whatever like that. So, and then she bust out with, and who made this chicken? This old dry ass. I was cracking. I was dying. And like I said, the other pastor, the shady pastor, he just kept giving her the stank eye. So you know it's going to be something between them two, because at first he was trying to like push up on her because her daughter had the money, and now he giving her the stank eye because she done took that money and opened up her own church, so now she competition. But if you would have just let her preach at your church, it wouldn't have been no problems. But that was your fault. But anyway, at the club where Keyshawn and them about to perform, we see Big Frida up there. I said, okay, girl, she up there doing her thing, because of course they was in NO. I was happy to see her up there, because they always be trying to slight her all the time. So I was happy that she was up there. And y'all heard that song with her and Beyonce? You won't break my soul. Hey, you won't break my soul. Okay, anyway. But Keyshawn up there, you know, she on Snap, Instagram, whatever the hell she on, child, on live, showing out her room and stuff like that. And she got some chocolate covered strawberries. Here go Little Murder. Where my chocolate covered strawberries? Wally was like, nigga, you allergic. Well, where's my chocolate covered strawberries and Benadryl then, nigga? So Keyshawn was like, here you go, Little Murder, try to feed him a strawberry. Here come the goddamn security guard. Yeah. You know, I say, really? You protected him against the strawberry? Okay. So he was like, you don't want to see him off no strawberries now. You don't want to see that or whatever. So they doing all this. And then Big Blue Guap had posted the picture of Keyshawn and Little Murders because she was feeding him a strawberry. So she gets scared, like, oh my God, you posted that? Oh my God. And so he like, your husband ain't gonna be on, he don't follow no Big Guap or whatever like that. And so she looking at the picture like, it should be fine. It should be fine. I said, girl, you that child. Anyway, Lil Murder and Keyshawn go out there. They do their goddamn shit. Where can I get this song, Champagne Campaign? I'm telling you, is it a soundtrack? Like, you know how Star and what was that other show? Empire, they had soundtracks and stuff like that. Is there a P-Valley soundtrack? If it is, y'all let me know. Matter of fact, before y'all let me know, I probably will already Google it. But then again, my memory ain't shit, so I might forget. So y'all just let me know down in the comments. Anyway, we see Mercedes, she in her yellow ride, and then she getting a COVID test because she gonna go see the coach. She get up there, before she get up there, her daughter called her with this little gummy bear song. So she called her and she was, you know, asking like when she's setting up the gym and all this other stuff. And she was like, why you asking? Because you know Shell ain't gonna let you come back or whatever like that. And she was like, well, I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will or whatever. She was like, when you gonna come get me? When you gonna come me? I'm gonna come get you in the, you know, later on or whatever, but I'm working right now, so I'm gonna have to hit you back later. So Mercedes go up there to the penthouse. View was phenomenal. Okay, so she get up there, she taking selfies. She like, oh my God, I'm acting like Keyshawn. And so then the wife come down, Mercedes being all nice and friendly. She, you know, trying to shake her hand and stuff. And she like, how you doing? And so Mercedes was like, well, this is beautiful. She was like, beautiful. So she's trying to play Mercedes like, whatever. So then she handed her this thick, this contract was thick as shit. Talking about, I need you to sign here, sign there, and sign them NDAs. Because then she looked at the coach. I said, the coach ain't even all that. But, he got money. So, shit. Anyway, we back at the club. Wody, what was Wody doing? Wody was doing something. Oh, they was at this club or whatever. It was like a different club. Because when they was at the first club in New Orleans, they had like, sped it up kind of, you know how they do when they show like they in New Orleans, they in Mississippi, they here. So they was in different cities during that first run through. So now I'm not sure where they were at this point, but they might have been in Mississippi, somewhere in Mississippi. I don't know. But Wody, he up there. They at the bar. They got the hand sanitizer and stuff. Child, why he just put the hand sanitizer all in his hands, all on his face? He's like, I ain't get COVID yet. Shit, I ain't trying to get it. So this dude and his posse come in or whatever. So the jail, what is the dude name they got out of jail, child? I don't know. I can't think of his name, and I missed it several times. But y'all let me know again down in the comments. I'm going to get it right for the next episode. But anyway, the jail friend like, well, when so-and-so start rocking the colors blue and gold, like, what's up with that? Because their colors is what? Red and green, I think. So the Wody was like, when such and such had happened or whatever like that. So I think Lil Murder had went somewhere. Or maybe he wasn't even out there. No, he wasn't out there. Wody had went somewhere to go get Lord have mercy, go get Lil Murder. And then the manager was left there with the security guy and the dude who was rocking the blue and yellow or blue and gold or whatever. And so, no, I'm sorry. Wody and the other dude left or some shit like that. And so, because they was trying to get into it. The dude was trying to get into it with the Lord have mercy, the jail friend. I'm gonna get it right, y'all. The jail friend was trying to get into it with blue and gold. And then Wody was like, no, go on. We don't need all that. The manager was like, we don't need all that. So the jail friend left. Wody tapped up the blue and gold dude, said he ain't want no problems, and then he went and left because the manager was like, where you do that? And so then blue and gold and then his posse friend, he was there and he was like, yo, you managing Lil Murder? He was like, no, I'm managing, that's Lil Wody, but I'm managing the talent that come with Lil Murder or whatever. So they started talking about Keyshawn and stuff, and then the posse dude, he was like, yeah, Lil Murder stay with a chick. He stay with a chick. He can stay with a bad bitch on his shoulder or his arm or whatever like that. And then the blue and gold dude tried to out Lil Murder and was like, nah, that ain't what he into. When he dropped them trade tails, you gonna owe me a stack or whatever. So the manager thinking like, trade tails? Like, what the fuck he talking about? So I'm like, why he's trying to out Lil Murder? Like, what's the beef between them two? I must have missed it. Was he in season 1 and I can't remember? I may have to rewatch season 1. I started to rewatch it and then I had stopped because this new season, I started to watch it late, child. And then the new season came on, so I was all excited about the new season. But I'm gonna have to go back because was he in season 1 or something and something happened between them two? Was that the dude? Did they fight or something? Remember when Lil Murder had fought some dude or something? He was on his team and then he kicked him off the team or he left the team or something. Is that him? Y'all let me know because I don't remember if he was in season 1 or not. Because I'm trying to figure out why he keeps trying to out him like that. Like, that ain't cool. But anyway, back to the meeting with Mercedes and Coach and Wifey. They sitting there, they chatting or whatever like that. Hubby trying to play wifey because he like, well, she, she do a little photography or whatever like that. And she like, well, I am a photographer. He was like, well, like a professional. She like, I am a professional. And so then, well, she didn't say that. But Mercedes was like, well, her photos look professional to me. Like, look how she took pictures of this dude. And she took a picture over top of him and still made him look masculine and stuff like that. So she giving wifey the props and stuff. So wifey like, okay, I might like you or whatever. And then Coach get a phone call, so he ends up dismissing himself. And then wifey was like, well, this is my first time or whatever. And she was like, first time? She was like, yeah, I never met his other hoes or whatever like that. And she was like, ho, I ain't no hoe. She was like, girl, you getting paid $10K a weekend to be in my condo or whatever like that. I mean, that kind of scream hoe or whatever. So she was like, I mean, we all got a little hoe in them. And I said, well, Mercedes, how can I sign up for the $10K a weekend just to be in the condo? Like, I just gotta dig it. Like, I don't know how to really work the pole, but I mean, I can learn. You can give me classes and stuff like that. And then I know how to pop it. Like, I know how to twerk it and all that other stuff. And I can try to do I could do like a half split because, my hips ain't, I ain't as flexible. But that's not the point. But you can show me, how to do that. I mean, because like 40K, like, I just gotta, and I gotta sign some. Like, can you tell me what it's not? You know what? I follow you on Instagram, girl. I will talk later. But anyway, she out there, the coach come back or whatever, because the wifey like, well, let me go ahead and dismiss myself or whatever. And he was like, no, before you go, you guys see this Mercedes experience. And she was like, I don't think I want to see the Mercedes experience. I don't want to do that or whatever like that. He was like, but you guys see it. Mercedes, go ahead and do that thing with your leg right here. Then bang, your leg. I was dying. She was looking like, where can I plug this in at or whatever, her phone, so she could put her playlist on, child. She get up there, she do her Mercedes magic, and I was like, girl, ain't you on light duty? Like, if you fall again, come on now, how we gonna get you the diamond so he can get them roots out of you, girl? Because he already took 7 pounds the first time. He ain't gonna take 7 pounds out again. But anyway, child, she up there doing her thing. Why she dancing, child, and then Jerica, her daughter, ends up calling. So the Gummy Bear song came on. I said, girl, if you don't put your damn phone on silent. But anyway, so Mercedes go over there. The husband, he's sitting on the couch, or coach or whatever. He's sitting on the couch. So of course she get on them, start, getting it ready and stuff like that. Here come wifey. She butterball butt naked. I said, I knew wifey wanted to F. Because the way she was looking at her on that pole, she was like, yes. I mean, shit. I mean, who wouldn't? Like, Mercedes is a bad bitch. But anyway, wifey was naked, ready to, and so, I was like, wifey a bad bitch too, because her body was stacked. I said, girl, just let me be in the room. I mean, I might get, but anyway, it's not about me. This is about the people in P Valley. Because I was an angel. You see my halo. Anyway, Andre on the phone with his wifey and stuff like that, and she trying to convince him to come back home. And of course, Andre didn't want to come back home because Autumn ain't home. I mean, he don't want to go back home, child. So he say the will got pushed back or whatever. So he got to stay. But she like, but you know, my daddy got a job for you on the farm. And he like, I'm going to have to decline. I'm going to have to politely decline because I don't want to work on no farm, baby. And so she like, all right. I guess I'll see you later. And so I'm like, girl, you ain't seeing that man later because Autumn is not there. Okay, anyway. Mercedes, she having the time of her life with the threesome. They all getting it. Hubby, wifey, Mercedes. I said, that's a whole lot of chocolatiness right there. Oh, child. Minus Coach. Because he ain't even all that cute. But anyway, why the Gummy Bear song come on, child? I said, girl, why you ain't plug somebody else playlist at this point? So, but it's the sheriff. He calling her or whatever. Because she like, Jerika, I told you I'm working, girl. Like, what you want? And so it's the sheriff. She like, why you got her phone? Like, what's that, Jerika? It's Jerica. Why you got her phone or whatever? And he like, well, I had to pull her over for underage driving. She was like, she don't even got no car. He was like, well, the car registered to the person in the back seat, and blind man could tell that she drunk. Like, you could smell the whiskey on her or whatever like that. Child, I forgot to tell y'all, when Jerica had called Mercedes the first time, the mama was sitting there slumped on the couch and a whole bottle of whiskey was gone. I said, Jesus, now she a whole alcoholic. But he was like, well, if somebody don't come pick her up, she gonna have to go to jail. So of course Mercedes gonna go pick her up. So she gone with the win. We see at the club let out or whatever. And so this groupie, she's trying to get to murder. So she like, murder. She done ran on into Keyshawn and stuff. Murder. Blue and Gold come and was like, yo, shorty, yo, bitch, let me talk to you or whatever like that. And she was like, is your motherfucking name Murder or whatever? And so, here go the jail guy. He was like, man, watch your mouth. Don't be talking to shorty like that or whatever like that. She was like, thank you. Thank you, nigga feminist. I was cracking up. I said, nigga feminist. What? So anyway, they don't like each other anyway. So dude, of course, Blue and Gold was like, bitch, you ain't his type anyway. So of course, jail dudes went to hit him or whatever like that. First, Blue and Gold was on top, bow. Then, jail dude was on top, bow. Blue and Murder run out the car. Keyshawn and everybody, in the hearse or whatever, child. And, what they had did, child. Oh, so then Lil Murder, I don't know where he had went, but he said he was gonna bust a cap in these dudes, but he wasn't there for real. Next thing we see him was pulling jail dude off and pulling him into the hearse because somebody started popping off with the gun. And so, but it wasn't Lil Murder who had the gun. It was somebody else who had the gun. So I don't know, child. But at any rate, they speed off in the gold hearse down the road or whatever like that. Here go the manager. Shoot, we gonna need security for the damn security because security was towed up, child. It was so up. I was like, So they at the club at the Pink. So they see Keyshawn because you know she was filming everything, child. She was filming it all. And they was like, Keyshawn, stay and get in some trouble or some shit like that. And so one of Uncle Clifford's girls well, they all his girls, but one of the ones who was at the birthday party, the one she had called out saying like, you a stripper, not a stripper, you a prostitute, I heard you got locked up, blah, blah, blah. She was there in the back getting done up. So I was like, was she going on stage? Cause they never showed her on stage or whatever, but Uncle Clifford was on stage, and then there was like men and women in the crowd. Well, I mean, is it always men and women in the crowd? Maybe, but this time it looked like it was like a mixture of men and women in the crowd. So I don't know if they was having like it was like a gay night or something. I don't know, child. But I know because we don't never really see Uncle Clifford on the stage. Have we ever seen Uncle Clifford on the stage? I don't think so, y'all. Because I was like, okay, go ahead, bitch. Like she was working that goddamn pole. I was like, okay, you doing that shit. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if it was like a gay night or what. Because sis last episode, she was like, well, is you gonna give me a job down there at the Pink? And then Uncle Clifford ain't say nothing. So this episode, I was like, okay, so she got a job at the Pink. Now, I don't know if she is supplying, well, no, because she was doing her makeup. So maybe she was going on the stage. Because remember the other girl, what was her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about, the one who was supplying the clothes and stuff. I can't think of her name. It's like, I see her face, but I can't think of her name. So I was thinking maybe she was taking her spot, but she was doing her makeup and stuff like she was about to go on the stage. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But like I said, we saw Uncle Clifford up there. She did the damn thing. And then Roulette and the other girl came on there and they did the damn thing too. So before she did the damn thing though, Roulette had got her damn period, child. And so not Roulette, the light-skinned girl with the pretty eyes or whatever like that, she was talking to her about heaven and hell, or that she, like the light-skinned girl or the pretty-eyed girl, she wearing context, obviously, but she was saying like she came from heaven and that Roulette got a little hell in her, whatever. And she was like, wait a minute, bitch, what you talking about? She was like, I'm just saying, like, we all need a little hell in us or whatever. And then she had gave her a bump of that white stuff. So I said, ooh, did you do that before, girl? Because okay, but she seemed like she did the way she had snorted it and was like, But the thing that had really bothered me, I was like, girl, you ain't need to wash your hands and then you was all up in your bloody poom and you ain't need to wash your hands and then you, ooh, you nasty. But anyway, why, before Uncle Clifford got on the stage, she in the back pepping the girls up, talking about wear your mask and all this other stuff, child. Why, the one who was farting all the time, she had sneezed. So why, I don't know Uncle Clifford's friend name or whatever, but why she had grabbed some goddamn, she was like, shh. She was like, shit, this old shit. I was cracking up. I said, oh my God. But anyway, they went on the stage and stuff like that. What else happened, child? A truck came up and it was White Boy. We ain't seen him in a minute. Remember he was dating Gidget, but Gidget ain't bad because her mama died and Gidget mad at him because he gave her some stuff that killed her mama. So, he up there crying. He crying on Big L's shoulder. Big L like, you still crying over this bitch? Like, what is we doing? Come on in here and look at some of this pussy. Like, if you don't get yourself together. But they back there and White Boy saying like how he want to marry Gidget. He was like, I ain't kill her mama. And Big L like, but then you give her the stuff and stuff. He like, that ain't the point. I ain't kill her. I said, Lord. He like, I'm trying to give her the normal life, you know, white picket fence. I'm going to get out the game and stuff. And Big L like, we just getting started. You can't get out the game. Gidget don't want that normal pie. She don't want that normal life. You don't know what she want, man. We got to do this. We got to do this or whatever. So, Roulette and Light Eyes came up in the back or whatever. Big L got called by Uncle Clifford because Uncle Clifford like, bitch, your break been over 1,500 years ago. Like, what kind of fucking security is you? Big L don't want to work the door. He getting mad, but he go work the door. Roulette and White Boy, he saw her. He was like, "Get you who?" Because he was like in love, child. He was smitten. And so them two get left by themselves. And she like, you got something in your teeth or whatever. So then she whips out this knife. I said, damn, bitch, to get something out the teeth. But she got something. She got that chicken out his teeth, though. But I said, they about to bow Chicky Wow Wow. Next we see Mercedes. She's spraying the mama down in the tub because the mama is drunk, child. Like, she was drunk. She throwing up all in the tub. And, of course, the mama got some resentment towards Mercedes because Mercedes was sleeping with her husband. And Mercedes was 15 at the time, but she told the husband she was 18. And so she mad because like she took her husband away. I'm like, girl, your husband had to have known that girl was young. And anyway, if she was 18 or however old she was or said she was, he was still way older than her. So like, come on, put the blame where the blame need to be at. But she was like, Mercedes was like, well, I had the child and stuff, and every time I asked for my child back, you wouldn't give it to him. I begged you to give me back my child. I begged you, and you ain't giving me back my child. And she was like, yeah, because he ain't want me to give the child back to you. They ain't had nothing to do with me. I would have gladly gave you back this child, but he on his last breath told me not to give you that child or whatever, and probably because you wasn't ready or whatever. And here I am being loyal to a dead man and was never loyal to me when he was alive. And so she started cracking up and stuff. Of course, the little girl Jerica, she hear all this, so she crying and upset and stuff like that. We see Big Bone child. She stayed wanting to be a stripper because that's what she, applied for or whatever. But Autumn had said she was going to work the bar. She back there scripting because episode 2, child, that girl tried to get on that pole. I ain't even gonna laugh because that probably would have been my ass. So she tried, but she couldn't work the pole. So she was like, she gonna work the bar, but she stayed twerking on the goddamn bar, so she getting money. And the stripper's like, this bitch must be Mario the way she's skipping levels and stuff. I was cracking up. But it's in the back, just girls, they dancing and stuff like that. And so, she was like, the dude was like, yo, my homeboy said it was somebody here who's sucking some dick. I want that special. She was like, no, N-O. How many times I got to say it? No, or whatever like that. So now it's getting out that, a little something extra happening in the boom boom room. We see Andre. She texted, Lord have mercy. We see Andre. He texting, what's her name? Autumn, to say like, you gonna give up the pink or whatever. And of course she not budging until she gets 10 million. And so Uncle Clifford like, you better settle down because what happens if you don't get it? And Autumn like, well, what happens if we do get it? Like, why wouldn't you sell? And so Uncle Clifford like, well, what's going to happen to all these other bitches? She was like, why would you be worried about that or whatever? And so Uncle Clifford was like, well, yeah, if I do that, at least I get 3.1 million. She was like, oh, you do know math or whatever. So she ends up telling Andre, hell no, nigga, that ain't even the tip. I'm gonna wait for the big dick or whatever. I said, okay. Do it, girl, because you're going to have the hottest land there. And they know this. That's why they're trying to lowball you. But anyway, we see Andre and Corbin. They sitting at the table talking or whatever like that. He tell Corbin what she said or whatever. And so, of course, Corbin mad. I said, when the hell Corbin get all these balls? I guess from the last episode when he had stood up to his brothers and stuff like that. But I'm like, boy, if you don't simmer down, because just last season, you was getting whipped in the cloud room. Like, boy, stop. But anyway... Andre asked Corbin like, well, will they pay 10 million for the land or whatever? And so Corbin like, they probably will or whatever, but we got to convince her to sell. Or whatever. And so then they started talking about the brother. Remember, his brother is the interim mayor, and so he gonna be mayor because ain't nobody else gonna run against them. So now Andre thinking about running against him or whatever, and then Corbin said that he might be stupid enough to back Andre up, because at first Corbin was like, you don't even live here, you don't have no land here, you not even from Chucalissa. And Andre was like, I am from Chucalissa. I said, well, damn, simmer down. It's okay. He was like, born and raised, and I got land, and I got a voter's registration or whatever. So he was like, okay, well, you got all that, then I might be stupid enough to back you. So we might be seeing Andre run for mayor, child. We see Lil Murder. Of course, he got the groupies and stuff like that. We see the manager in this hotel room, and then Keyshawn hotel room here. Lil Murder knocks on Keyshawn room, and then of course she opened up the door, grab his face, start kissing him and stuff like that. But the manager trying to peep it all, like, what's going on? Like, really, what's like, because he heard what the dude said, and now he's trying to figure it out or whatever. So I'm like, well, what do it really matter? Like, is you trying to fuck Lil Murder? Like, why are you worried about it? But at any rate, Lil Murder and Keyshawn, they get to talking, and Lil Murder keeps sending he gets a postcard from every stop and mails it to Uncle Clifford. And so he was about to write on the postcard, I guess I miss you. She was like, you guess you miss him? No. Do you miss him? I'm like, we ain't got time to be figuring out shit in this world or whatever like that. So Lil Murder was like, I mean, yeah, whatever. She was like, do you the poet and stuff like that? Put down your 27th thought or whatever. So Lil Murder put down, I love you. She was like, I love you. That's your 27th thought? And he was like, yeah, that's my only thought. I said, oh, shit. Okay. So then they started, because she was like, well, I'm going to mail it or whatever. And so they start running around the room or whatever. And then Jail knocks on the door or whatever, and asks Lil Murder to come to the store with him. But before they did all that, Keyshawn did tell Lil Murder, like, well, you gotta do it right. Like, you can't let Uncle Clifford go, because Uncle Clifford's gonna come twice. What she say? Don't come around twice, not on earth or in heaven or whatever like that. So he was like, well, I understand why I got kicked out of the palace, but what about you? And she was like, because I ain't believe in fairy tales or whatever. So I was like, girl, you could have easily had your husband. I'm not going to say it out loud, but y'all thinking it. So anyway, Mercedes is with Jerica, and she was trying to cook her a meal and stuff like that. Jerica talks to her and asks her, well, she basically told her, like, I heard what Shell said, is it true? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, well, why you ain't come get me? Or basically she was asking, like, you was really 15? She was like, yeah, but your daddy ain't know, because I was so busy trying to grow up or whatever like that, so I ain't tell him. And so she was like, well, why you ain't get me? She was like, because I was 15 and I had to do what my mama said. She was like, but you wasn't 15 forever. She was like, yeah, you right, but I became a stripper and wasn't no judge going get no girl, no baby, and she was a stripper or whatever like that. So she getting mad. She was like, it's always going, it's always going to be an excuse with you, right? And she was like, I'm just going to go to my room. So she left. So she upset because, like, she wanted to be with her mom, but she got to understand what was going on at that time or whatever like that. And once she figured that out, she'll come around to, what's the child name? Mercedes. We see, Murder and Jail, they talking, and we can see how they met each other. Basically, they was in jail together, and I guess some dude was trying to punk Lil Murder, and so Lil Murder got into a fight with the dude, and the dude shanked Lil Murder, and it was like centimeters from his kidney or whatever like that. And like Jail dude, I guess he beat up the dude, and the dude ended up getting killed in jail or whatever. But Jail dude ended up going to the hole for it or whatever. And Lil Murder was sending him like little rhymes and stuff on tissue to keep him, keep him uplifted and stuff like that. And he was like, thank you for, because Lil Murder had thanked him for saving his life. And so then the Jail dude said, thank you for sending me them little tissue papers with the rhymes on there. I don't know how you did it, but it was a real dark space in the hole, and your words was like light or whatever. So they had dapped each other up, and they bonded and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, that's real deep. I like that or whatever. But anyway, y'all, Pastor Woodbine, she got a little issue, okay, because she done pissed the mayor off, okay. So the mayor come with his rules, okay, and rule 243.5 say that they can't congregate because they ain't social distancing and stuff like that. So she like, well, my parishioners can't clap for the Lord, but you got across the way, they over there clapping their ass, clapping booty till the sun come up or something like that. And so the sheriff was like, well, you done fuck with the wrong mayor, whatever, fuck with the wrong neighbor or some shit like that. So, she like, well, what are we supposed to do? He like, well, look, 2 by 2, y'all can go out there and pray as long as y'all social distance and yada, yada, yada. So she like, oh, okay, well, if I done F with the wrong neighbor, then you done F with the wrong bitch. I said, ooh, get on the bad side of Pastor Woodbine. She fought her daughter, okay? Ashley stole from her daughter. Ain't nothing she shan't do. Anyway, we see Uncle Clifford. She getting ready for bed. It looked like she was getting ready for bed. And she looked at the end, the Nola postcard, and it said, you look beautiful in red, Lil Murder. And so she sit down in her vanity and stuff like that. And around the vanity, you see all the postcards that Lil Murder sent to her, whatever like that. So she feeling good, all confident and stuff like, yeah, I know, bitch. And in the last scene, we see Roulette. She getting out of somebody's car, talking about, son, let me know if you want another spin on the roulette. And then we see Big L and White Boy pulling boxes out of the truck. Supposed to be okra, but child, it's boxes full of oxy. Child, why the box that fell on the ground and bottles of oxy? I said Big L ain't even get to selling the goddamn oxy, and he already about to get caught. But they all on the damn ground. They see Roulette. She look at them. She look at the ground, see the boxes and the pill bottles easily marked oxy, child, and she just wink at him and going about her business. I said, y'all gonna have to get her a cut. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Let me know how y'all felt about the episode down there in them comments. If you ended up liking this long ass recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. If you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.